Hello, this is the part 2 of my digital artifact for BCM 325. The topic of my DA is the future of work culture. In the part 1, I've mentioned some of the technology advancements today and trying to see how this artificial intelligence engaging in work criteria in the future. So this time in part 2, I'd like to discuss more about the work culture of long-term future. How's the AI affect or change the work culture in 50, 100 years later? Artificial intelligence can be shown in different forms. In the simplest form would be the one we can touch and see through the computer. It has also become to be demonstrated by different machines, like the robot that we have mentioned before, and the cyborg which can combine human and AI. In recent years, there are some companies in Sweden and United States started to implant microchip, for example, the radio frequency ID, which is also known as the RFID, inside human bodies. Instead of carrying credit card to pay or entering password to get in office. That is totally unlike the past that it was only attempted to put it into the animal's body. Moreover, one of the influential entrepreneurs and the futurist, Elon Musk, who is the one we've mentioned before as well, owns a company called Neuralink, is found to develop the implantable brain-machine interface and soon to apply in the human bodies. Despite the controversy of this as a transhumanism and causing harm to human bodies, Elon Musk declared that the long-term goal of Neuralink is to combat the existential threat by AI to humanity. As there are still many privacy and health concerns about a cyborg, it takes time to resolve and improve it. And 50 years is a time to fix things regularly and generalize it. In the next 50 years, when you go to work, besides the AI we would have to work with, we will also work with cyborg, which is half human and half machine. Or we might become the human advancement by ourselves. In this situation, the work culture will be completely changed. The diversity inside the work is enormous regardless age, ethnicity, or language. As translator, health maintainers, machines, etc., these essential applications could be implanted into human bodies with the technology of cyborg. However, at the same time, when humans continue to foster the development of AI in terms of robots by now, more and more humanoids like Sophia and Asimo are created and programmed. They keep absorbing and analyzing information by humans and proceeding machine learning as well, no matter in human emotions, gesture, etc. It is predictable and inevitable that those humanoids or AI will be advanced to super intelligent. Super intelligence is not as controllable as the artificial intelligence that we're acknowledge. They might have their own thoughts and ideas created by themselves based on the machine learning they've done. Therefore, it might eventually take over a human role in the office with excellent skills in all the fields. We, the human being, will no longer to be essential in the office, even in the world. But the one that mentioned, the cyborg, might be able to compete with this situation. As I said that in the part 1, AI will be more likely to assist humans in workplace in the coming 5 to 30 years. It will be totally different after 50 to 100 years later in the long-term future. Instead of assisting, AI will be take over a human being in workplace, and people will be working for AI rather than working for the human society. The competition in work then, or even the society between human and AI, would be fast. It's the time for us to think about the future at a time we can still control. Otherwise, it will be too late if the things become to an extent we can't even imagine.
I try to convince people to slow down AI. I tried for years.
That's the end of my part 2 video and my digital artifact. Thanks for watching.